bodies in the voluntary galaxy, the third sector is big business. Charities employed 600,000 paid staff and amassed £40 billion of income last year. And that's where gift fundraising comes in.
Our core business function is to recruit new donors and supporters for small, medium and large charities, and that's it in a nutshell really.
Primarily what our teams do is go out and raise money for the different causes that they're representing, and the best form of raising funds really is to go out and get a direct debit for that charity. So that's ultimately what we're trying to do, but also we sort of campaign at the same time and raise awareness of whatever cause it is that we're representing. I guess the beauty about street fundraising really is that often it takes quite sort of taboo issues out there on the street and it puts it out there for people to discuss and talk about and feel comfortable with. And so I think that's the great thing about it, is that it's direct and it so effectively raises funds for charities as well.
Gift has been helping the charity Cosmos to help itself since 2001.
Started off 2001, 4 teams, 20 or so fundraisers, and over the last 7 years we've grown to about 40 teams across the country, running out of 7 or so regional offices with a complete national coverage, and it's been an exciting, rapid time of growth really.
These days, they have evolved into Britain's largest face-to-face agency, with 7 offices employing 250 on-street fundraisers.
We have 9 or so fundraising managers who manage sort of anything from 20 to 40 fundraisers and team leaders. 3 of those managers work out of the London office, and each of the managers is split amongst the other regional offices around the country, so in Edinburgh, in Glasgow, in Manchester, Bristol, Belfast, and Nottingham and Birmingham. They've each got one manager who manage their teams from there. The fundraising manager is managed by a head of fundraising. So we have a head of London who looks after the 3 sections we have running out of London. We have a head of regions who manages the regional offices and the regional managers, and that's kind of the operational side of it. And then you've got the sort of back end stuff which is there to support the teams on the street to make sure they can do the jobs to the best of their ability, to support the managers so they can get the best out of their staff, and also really to ensure that we're giving the clients the best possible service.
Since 2001, Gift has worked for clients like Oxfam, Friends of the Earth and NSPCC, and raised over £46 million.
Some of the biggest names we represent are NSPCC, Oxfam, Cancer Research UK, and then kind of medium size we've got Friends of the Earth, Mind, mental health charity, and right down to some really small ones as well. And it's really good to be able to work with some small charities that don't really have a brand. People like Streatham Youth and Community Trust and Richard House, they're kind of a small hospice for children in London. So it's great to have a really broad spectrum of charity clients who are doing all kinds of positive work.
For some, fundraising is a stopgap during a year out or summer holiday. For others, it's a stepping stone into the voluntary sector itself.
There's loads of career progression at Gift. It can be very quick, that you can sort of get extra responsibility. It can be 2, 3, 4 months before you can become a sort of team leader, and after that you can get involved in sort of the training aspect of things and become a manager or a deputy manager and become a salaried member of staff. A lot of those members of staff, the salaried members of staff, have gone on from here to work in the charity sector and be managers there.
I'd say that the vast majority of the staff that we have in senior positions all started off as a fundraiser at Gift, and 2 or 3 or less than that years on are now in very senior roles actually.
I think, especially Gift Fundraising, it's a very organic company, and if you want to move up, there are opportunities to do that. And I do see myself moving up that career ladder, whether it be, within Gift Fundraising for a few more years, and then moving on to work for a charity.
Innumerable fundraisers, team leaders and managers now work for charities and NGOs. Either way, there's a shared drive and a sense of family that unites one and all.
Being part of group of people who are all day in, day out pushing and challenging for long-lasting, real change to not only our society, but societies and people across the world. It's quite infectious, and it gets inside you and gets inside your life, and really starts to inform how you think. It fires off your passions and inspiration, and you really do come away with this feeling that you're doing something worthwhile.
If you would like a job which is constantly rewarding, constantly challenging, constantly enjoyable, then work in the charity sector. There is, in my view, no other job that I'd rather be doing right now. I love it.